first Black-owned film production company ever.
Welcome back to Filmmaker Friday. This week we're talking about William D. Foster, who founded the first Black-owned film production company.
He was a sports reporter for the Chicago Defender, a local Black-owned newspaper of that era. Cookies have opinions. William Foster wrote under the name Julie Jones as his pen name and wrote for several papers in that area, and eventually decided he wanted to get into film. He was working for a horse promoter at the time and wanted to invest, and started writing and made his own shorts, and eventually started the first Black-owned production company, which he called the Foster Photoplay Company. He created 4 films, including The Railroad Porter, The Barber, The Fall Guy, and The Butler. During this time, some of the shorts he created were with legendary performers like Clarence Muse and Stephen Fetchich, as well as the song and dance duo of Buck and Bubbles, who were like a music comedy duo. The big thing with William Foster was he wanted to create companies which would create films that portrayed Black people and their daily life in a positive manner, because he was very aware of the fact that all of the films that were portraying Black people were being created by white people. If you've seen Singin' in the Rain, you know that was around that era where the movie industry was drastically changing, and so many creators had to pivot and shift with the addition of audio and sound. He started trying to sell stock subscriptions to revive the financing for his film company, but at that point things started to fall apart. The Foster Photo Company ended up creating 4 films and then eventually closed their doors, but that was not going to be the end of William Foster's career. He did go back to Chicago for a brief while, but in 1928 went to Los Angeles to start his film career back again. In this era of film, most theaters were booked by white people. Films were created by white people. They were also controlling the press and the publicity. And because they weren't inclusive of Black filmmakers, it ended up creating its own sub-industry for Black audiences and created their own distribution system in local theaters and Black theaters across the country. One of the best parts of William Foster's legacy is the fact that he inspired a lot of other Black creators and filmmakers and other people to start their own companies. In fact, within a few years of Foster starting his company, George Johnson opened the Lincoln Motion Picture Company, and other companies like Ebony Film Company came shortly after. By the 1920s, more than 35 production companies existed for the Black film industry. For a myriad of reasons, these films are not in existence anymore or not accessible. So if I can recommend a film that kind of gives you an idea of the issues that William Foster was dealing with, something I thought of was Spike Lee's Bamboozled, and it really deals with the perspectives of Black creators trying to create positive content for their audience. I hope you're going to continue to do your own research on Black filmmakers throughout Black History Month, and we'll be back next Friday with more Filmmaker Friday. I'm Drew, and I'm here at Whittier Narrows, and if you enjoy this content and you like learning more about movies and filmmaking, please subscribe and like. Thanks. Have a good one.